Good morning. Now we have to start C++. C++ is a programming language, and you can say that the name of C is taken in C++, because if you clarify it, I can write C++ equal to C plus 1. Because what happened? Because this plus plus is 100% increment operator. What it indicates? That inside C++, we are going to get all the facilities of C plus 1. It means there must be some increment in that concept. It means I can say that the entire concept of C can be used in C++, but vice versa is not true. Why? Because C++ is superset of C. Superset means all the attribute of C we can easily get in C++. Then you can ask why we should learn a new programming language C++. Actually, why? That is, the answer is in this word, that is OOPS, Object Oriented Programming System. Actually, in this entire tutorial, we will discuss, and our all the discussion will revolve around this concept that is known as object oriented programming system. Today, I want to discuss what are the attributes that must be a part of any object oriented programming system environment. Otherwise, we cannot consider that the environment is object oriented programming system. Actually, if you see object oriented programming system attribute, there must be these three attributes that I always quote as DIP. DIP. D stands for data hiding, I stands for inheritance, and P stands for polymorphism. Again, I am telling you that these are three attributes that must be a part of any object programming system. Otherwise, we cannot consider that the environment is object oriented programming system. And these three words are DIP, that is data hiding, inheritance, and polymorphism. What is the meaning of data hiding? Actually, data hiding does not mean to hide something. To hide something. Why? Because in object oriented or in any system, there must be a primary entity. Try to understand it. Like this, if you consider any college, who is the primary entity? Our student. Why? Because if your building is very beautiful, if you have taken so many professors in the college, but by chance if the student is not there, you cannot consider them as a college, because for college the primary entity must be there, and that is the student. And the entire system revolves around that particular primary entity. It means the entire service of college must be defined after the consideration of the need of the student. Otherwise, that is meaningless, and that is no any meaning if we consider object oriented programming system. Actually, data hiding means to prevent the system from illegal accession. I am giving you one real life example. Like this, if you go in ATM and try to get some money, what are the process? That you have to insert the card, you have to punch your pin, and if the pin is correct, you can get your money because you were the account holder. So it is the right of an account holder to get the money, but you cannot access the location where the balance is kept by the bank, because once I access the server where my balance is maintained, I can easily put 00 after my entire money. It is known as indirect accession. It means because I am account holder, I am privileged to get the information about the balance, but I am not privileged to access the location where in the server my balance is kept. Actually, it is known as data hiding. Now, I am telling you that in each and every system, we can access the services by two ways. One is direct accession and another one is indirect accession. And data hiding always supports in indirect accession. Like this, if you are a student and if you write your examination, it is your right to get the result. It is the right that you can ask about your number, but you cannot access the location where the number is kept by the university. Otherwise, you can easily manipulate the number. It is known as data hiding. Although data hiding we have to learn in the full-fledged chapter, but in today's tutorial, just I want to relate it with some real life example. Number second is inheritance. To understand the inheritance, I always give one example like this. If father has maybe two sons and one daughter. If father has one building or one house, if you ask son 1, son 2 or daughter that how many house do you have, they will tell you that we have one house. It means one house for this son 1, one house for this son 2 and one house for this daughter. It means there must be four building, four houses, one, and one for here. No, but there is only one house. Actually, it is the beauty of inheritance that without doing anything, we can enjoy the property of our father as an owner. It is the main thing. Means it. What is the main advantage? The main advantage is reusability. It means without the definition of service, redefining the service, if I want, I can enjoy the property of my father as it is built by me. So it is the beauty of this one. If father uh, will buy another house, again if you ask son 1, son 2 or daughter, they will tell you that we have two houses. It means 2, 2, 2, it means 6 plus 2, 8. No, actually practically there is only two houses, but all these which is known as subclass or which is known as child class of father, they are feeling, they are in illusion that they have two houses. That is not a correct thing. But due to this property of this inheritance, it is possible. Then how we can use it in our programming language? Like this. If you have to write a program for the college and maybe in the super class, I have written one class which is college, and inside this college I have written the common properties of the student of the college, not from the specific department. And if the college had arts, science and vocational, it means when I write anything here, now it is not required to define it here, because like this, because son can enjoy the property of father, so the arts can enjoy the attribute of college, and inside this arts I have to write only the attribute which is specific for arts. In science I have to write only the information which is specific for this science, and in this vocational I have to write the information which is specific for this vocational. It means once we write, we can use it again and again. Number one. Number two, with the help of this, we can maintain consistency of data, because if I change it here in college, the arts, science, and vocational, all three will be affected, and affected in the similar manner, not in different manner. Like this in vocational, maybe in this vocational I have two or three branches. Like this, first one is computer science, second one is maybe management. In this vocational now, I have to define the service which is related with the vocational student without the consideration of computer science or management. If you have to give leave for vocational student, you have to maintain here, because if you write the information here, then the student of arts, student of science will also enjoy the holiday. But if you write anything here in this vocational, only computer science and management student can be affected. And in this computer science, I can write only the information specific for this computer science. In this management, I have to write only the information which is specific for this management student. So, without, it means, what is the meaning of this? What is the advantage? Advantage is reusability. Once we write the services here, it can be enjoyed by arts student, science and vocational, and with the vocational, the student of computer science as well as management can also enjoy the college facility. It is the basic attribute of object-oriented programming system. Although just I have told you that we have to study the full-fledged chapter for this data hiding and inheritance, but right now I am interested only to relate it with our real life example, because it is again one attribute of object-oriented programming system that they have taken the characteristics from our real life example, which was absent in this C. C was a core programming language. Actually, C was developed by a group of the programmer for their personal use. But in C++, they have taken some rule and regulation from our life also. Like this, to clarify this, I have taken this example, father and son and daughter. Again, in the college, I can write it. And when we study this inheritance, we can easily find how helpful it is. Now the last one is polymorphism. What is the meaning of polymorphism? Actually, it is coming from organic chemistry. Okay. We are using one polymer in day-to-day life, and we should also stop it. That polymer is known as polythene, that is actually polyethylene. Actually, what is the meaning of polymorphism is that when any entity will do some additional job by performing its own job, then the entity is then the behavior of that entity is polymorphic. Again, I am telling you with the help of one real life example. Like this, if you are a student, it means your primary duty is to study. But if you are playing football also, it means you are polymorphic. Why? Because your basic work is study. But along with study, you are also playing football. It means you are doing some additional job, but 100% you must remember that the entity must perform its own duty, its own responsibility. Like this, if any of my student is only playing football, I cannot consider him as the student. Or if the student who is only studying, the behavior cannot be considered as polymorphic. It is the main it is the main attribute of object-oriented programming system, where we can give some additional meaning to any entity and that entity becomes polymorphic. It means polymorphism. Again, I am telling you. Actually, this polymorphism, if we can get in many ways in our life. Like this, if you attend the class, it means again your behavior is polymorphic. Why? Because simultaneously you are listening the lecture, you are writing the lecture, and also you are understanding the lecture. It means you are polymorphic. You are overloaded. Polymorphic means overloading. Overloading means when you are doing more than one job simultaneously. But again, I am telling you, in that job, you have to perform your basic duty. Otherwise, your data type will be changed, and you cannot be considered as a student. These three are very important thing, and in any object oriented programming system you have to get this concept: data hiding, inheritance, and polymorphism. Either we are using Java, Python, or anything else, these three must be there, or it is there, I can say. In my next tutorial, I will start how to write a program in C++. But I am telling you that this C++ is a concept, so we have to relate it with the real life problem. Otherwise, if you study it like C is only a programming language, but in C++, because we have to consider this type of scenario, that is data hiding, inheritance, and polymorphism, you must be innovative. And what is the program which I will write? You should run it on your compiler. You can use any compiler, no problem, but the output must be same. Otherwise, you have to report it that I am not getting the same output, and I will see why you are not getting the same output. Okay, thank you very much, and we will meet in our next tutorial. Thank you very much.